anybody who would benefit from a session like this, send them the link, let them join so that they can also get to benefit from this. You hardly find sessions like this out there these days. And we're not going to waste any much time. We're going to get into it. So let them get in now. Let them get in now, so that they do not miss anything really. All right. So I'm gonna share my screen. Now we get started right away. Okay, let's get started right away. So how many of you joined because you saw AI today? Let me know. If you joined because you saw AI in today's topic, let me know in the chat. Did you join because you saw AI? And coincidentally, there is AI and there is BI. What a coincidence. There is AI and there is BI, and we're going to use two of them together today. So if you know there is any other person who's interested in AI, they need to be here, honestly, because this is the future. We are in the future already. Okay, we're already in that future. We used to say, oh, AI is the future. We are there already, and it's going to shake things up. And if you want to get into tech and you don't know how to use AI, even if you know the tool, you don't know how to use the AI in the tool, you are not going to last in tech. So you need to be in sessions like this. You know anybody who should be in a session like this, send a link to them, let them join. Brilliant. So but we need to do the needful. Okay, first off, my name is Mohammed Suleiman. But let me know if you are joining us for the first time. Let me know if I even need to introduce myself. Are you joining me for the very first time, or you've been in our sessions before? Type first timer in the chat if you are joining us for the first time, and type regular if you have been in any of our sessions in the past. Okay, quite a number of first timers. All right, quite a number of first timers. Where are the responses? Okay, all right. So first timer, first timer. All right. So let me introduce myself then. My name is Mohammed Suleiman, and I'm the COO here at Nebians Analytics. And I'm pushing towards a decade of experience in the corporate space, and I've had the opportunity to also work with top firms across the globe. Notably, I worked with Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is one of Italy's largest luxury car brand, and I worked with their branch based in the US. Did I travel to the US? No, I worked for them remotely from Lagos, Nigeria. So if you're also looking for remote jobs, you're at the right place. All right. So I've also helped quite a number of Africans transition into tech, and I also transitioned into tech myself. How many of you are excited to be here? Are you excited to be here? Fantastic. Because guess what? I'm also excited to be here myself as well. So, like I said, this is the point we're getting into it. So, this is the point where you want to start to, get your loved ones on this particular call. Okay, something fantastic is about to go down. Now, Naviant Analytics is an edtech firm. And what we do is to help Africans get into the tech space through premium tech training. All right. So we've built our premium training upon three pillars. So to start with, we help people get into tech through data analytics, data science, and business analysis. And the three frameworks that we use is number one, you're going to work on real world case study, just like we're going to do today. Yeah. Work on real world case study. Number two is you get to learn soft skills. Many other training brands would not give you that. They'll tell you to go figure it out yourself. All right. So we give it to you here. And number three is you have a lifetime support. So if Nabiant Analytics was offering just the lifetime support, it is still enough for you to get into tech. If you stick around long enough, you would see exactly what I am talking about. And I'm going to be working with top experts in the industry on this journey of yours into tech. Now, Today, what we're going to do is going to hover around three things. First, we'll use AI visuals to drive business. Here in this session today, you think I'm joking, but guess what? We're going to do it in this session today. Okay, and while I'm doing it, I want you to relax. So you don't need to race me to try to do it while I'm doing it. The session is recorded. All you need to do is fill out the attendance form. One of my team members will post that in the chat box very soon. Enquiries Nabians. Just look out for Enquiries Nabians in the chat. He or she would post the attendance link. All you need to do is to fill it out, and the recording of this session will be mailed to you. And okay, you can see it in the chat now. So the recording of the session will be mailed to you, as well as my slides and the data set I'll be using today. So you don't need to rush, you don't need to look for anything, just fill the attendance form and you are good to go. All right, so that's the very first thing we'll do. Use AI in Power BI to drive a business revenue. We'll also look at some of our extra layered supports, how we actually help people, and some of the people that we've actually helped. Okay, and there will be a special announcement at the end of the session, and I'll also give room for you to ask me questions. So you want to discuss with me, you want to have a conversation with me after the session. All you need to do is to stick around, till the end of the session, and you get the opportunity to ask the question. So if you have any questions that come up during the program, all you need to do is note it down maybe on your phone or somewhere, so that you get to ask me at the end of the session. But guess what we are going to go into right now? We are entering into the case study. Now, we are going to be working as a data analyst. Okay, we're going to assume the role of a data analyst today. Are going to help this company achieve some things. Now, I'm going to summarize this because I'm not going to read out my slides to you. They are there. When you get the slide, you read the details. So, for the past 2 years in this very company, Beltron, they've recorded a little bit of growth in their revenue. But they don't understand what were the factors that drove the revenue. It's not clear. It's not apparent what exactly drove revenue. So they want you as the data analyst to uncover those factors. Not only that, they want you to also look for patterns in the data. Are there any patterns that can also help us improve our decision making? Okay, and this is how majority of companies leverage data these days in getting ahead of the competition. Are you with me, guys? And they need people like you who are experts in data analytics to be able to do that on their behalf. Today, we're going to leverage AI for that. We won't do too many hard work. AI will finish it off, especially where it matters most in terms of the analytics side of things. So let's do something. Let's do something, okay? Let's do something. Let's go to Power BI. Okay, let's open Power BI. Now, if you're seeing Power BI for the first time in this session, type first time again. It's like people are going to type first time a lot of times in this session. Okay, if this is your first time seeing Power BI, type first time. Fantastic. If you've seen Power BI before, type Power BI. If you've seen Power BI before, type Power BI. Okay, so fantastic. Now, quite a lot of people are seeing Power BI for the first time. Okay, now, if you want to download Power BI on your system, it's very easy. Let me quickly show you how to do that. All you need to do is to search for Microsoft Store. Okay, I'll just type Store. All right, I'll type Store. So that's Microsoft Store. So just open up Microsoft Store. Open up Microsoft Store and search for Power BI Desktop. Simple. You don't have to do it now. Like I said, you don't have to do this now. What you have to do now is to listen to me carefully. The session is recorded. You'd get it in as much as you fill out the attendance form posted in the chat by my team member. Okay, so yes, you can download it on Ubuntu, but I'm not here to teach people Ubuntu. Amechi, I'm not here to use Ubuntu. Okay, So now search for Power BI desktop. Okay, search for Power BI desktop. And all you need to do is when you search for it, it's going to pop out Power BI desktop. So it's going to pop it out. Okay, so that's Power BI desktop. You can see my own is installed. It is not Power BI builder, it is Power BI desktop. So you can see mine is installed, so it's showing me the open button. So all you need to do is to click on it, install, and later on you can work with me. So when you open it, this is what you see first. Okay, this is what you see. Now I have the data set I'm going to be working with is in my downloads. Okay, let me quickly show you what that looks like. Can we still hear me, guys? Can we hear me? Can we hear me? The data set I'm going to be using is in my downloads. So let me close this so that I don't overload my system. All right, so fantastic. So let's go together. Now let's go to my downloads. I hope you are able to see my downloads. So now these are the data set. These two 2023 sales data and 2024 sales data. These two up here, 2023 and 2024, and they are under my downloads. But that's not the key thing. The key thing here is we came here to work with Power BI. So the very first thing we're going to do is to bring the data set, those two data sets, into Power BI. Okay, we'll bring both of them into Power BI. All right, so let's do that together. Now, the first thing you need to do is to identify the data type of your data set. Okay, what's the extension? So let's look back at it. If I hover my mouse on them, I really hope you can see this right now. Okay, let me maximize so that you can see what I'm talking about. So you see this data set. As I hover my mouse on it, it says type. It says type Microsoft Excel, comma, separated values file, also known as CSV files. Have you ever heard of CSV files? CSV files. Yes, I am sharing my screen, Eric. If you can't see my screen, step out of the call and step back and you should be able to see my screen normally. Okay, so the files we're working with are CSV files. CSV files. It's just like Excel files, but they are special type of Excel files. So you can see some of the popular data sources you can connect to. Normally, you'll be pushed to choose Excel workbook here, but that's wrong. What you need to do is to look for CSV files. And to do that, you click on what? Get data from other sources. Am I making sense, guys? Get data from other sources. Okay, I could have come here and just click, and you won't know what I did, but I'm explaining to you so that when you get this recording later, you can do yours on your own. And I'd love to see it on LinkedIn. Tag me, Mohammed Suleiman. You can see my name under my video. Okay, so write my name down, note the spelling, also write Nebient Analytics down, so you can tag myself, tag Nebient Analytics. I would love to see what you guys come up with. But for now, let's keep building. So I'm going to click on get data from other sources, and that would open up the in total, okay, of Power BI. Are you with me, guys? It would open up the inner part of Power BI. Now, you can see on my screen, I have quite a number of, data sources. So what I want to look for is what? Text/CSV. You look very closely, you're going to see it. Text/CSV. That's the second option here. Text or CSV file. So I'll click on that text or CSV file and then click on connect at the bottom. I'll click on connect at the bottom. That creates a connection. Now, the moment I click on connect, Power BI would open my files. Now, oh, okay, you want me to connect to CSV files, right? Okay, these are some of the CSV files you have on your system. Which ones do you want me to connect to? Okay, now, I need to explain something here. I can bring the files. I could have brought the files together at once, but because I didn't put them in a single folder, I would be bringing them one after the other. Okay, so I'll click on the 2023 sales data, click on open right here. Okay, click on open right here, and that brings me into one very nice place in Power BI. And guess what I love to call it? I love to call it the kitchen of Power BI. We are opening the door to enter into the kitchen of Power BI. Who can guess what we're going to do in the kitchen of Power BI? What happens in the kitchen normally? What happens in the kitchen normally? Who wants to try that out? We are going to cook. Exactly. But here, data is the the person that said cook data. You are correct. Okay, you are with me. Now, let us go ahead. So I'm gonna click on, so you can see this is a snippet of the data. This is what the data looks like: customer ID, customer name, state, region, category, the quantity they bought, the revenue, the profit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is very simple. I have three options here: load, transform, and cancel. Load, transform, and cancel. Ima Onyeka Ba. My screen is showing. Okay, it's likely your network or maybe something on your phone or your device. So guys, if you can see my screen, please type in the chat. I can see your screen, so Iman knows that it's a peculiar situation for him and not a general situation. All right, so if you can't see my screen, please leave the call and join immediately back. Join back. You should be able to see my screen. So, but if you can see my screen, please type I can see your screen in the chat. Let me know. Type if you see. Quite a number of people can see my screen. So I would love you to find some solutions to that. Okay, leave the call, join back, you should be fine. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to click on transform data. Okay, transform data enters me into the kitchen of Power BI. And the kitchen of Power BI has its own special name. Okay, I call it kitchen so that I drive my point home. If you're like me that like food, you understand why I use kitchen, right? So the real name of Power BI kitchen is what? Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor. Now that's where you do the cooking. All right, that's where you do the cooking before you move it to, the dining area where you serve the dish. Am I making sense, guys? Am I making sense? All right, fantastic. So what I'm going to do here now is this. I have the first data set inside this 2023 data. You can see customer ID, dates, customer name, state, region, category, quantity, revenue, and profits. Fine, all well and good. I need to bring in the 2024 data. I need to bring in the 2024 data. So am I going to close Power BI and start again? No. So if you are already in Power Query Editor and you want to bring additional data into Power Query Editor, all you need to do is to click on this button that says new source right here on the top left area. It says new source. New source. So I'll click on the icon and it gives me the option, what kind of file do I want to bring in? Again, I'm going to select text/CSV. Clap for me, guys. Text/CSV. So I'll click on text/CSV, and what am I going to click on? Let me even see if you are following me. This is the second time I'm repeating this. So what am I going to click on now? What am I going to click on now? What am I going to click on after text/CSV? Steven, fantastic. I'll click on connect. Connect. If you can't see my screen again, okay, leave the call and join back. That should fix it if your network is good. All right. If it's not your network, then leave the call, join back, and you should get it fixed. So this time, I would select the 2024 data, just the way I brought in the 2023 data. I'll click on 2024 data, click on open, and what? Boom. It brings the 2024 data inside. Okay, and this is the 2024 sales data CSV. All I need to do is to click on OK. All right, OK, and it brings it in. So can you see on this left hand side, I have 2023 data and 2024 sales data on this left hand side. I have 2023 data and 2024 data. So, okay, let me do something. Let me make my screen bold. Maybe it's my screen that is not bold that you can complain about. Let me make my screen bold. Just give me 1 second. Let me make my screen bold so that you will see it well. Okay, people are saying, I can't see my screen. I can't see my screen. Okay, let me make it bold. All right, let me make it bold. Give me 1 second. Let me make it bold. If you can't see my screen now, if I share my screen now, you can't see it. Okay, you would need eyeglass like me like this. Go and get an eyeglass like me. Okay, let's become 2 or 3 that'll be using glasses. Okay, you should be able to see better now. If you can't see it, then you need an eyeglass like myself. All right, I'm just kidding you, but I've made it bolder. Is it better now? Is it better? Can we continue? Is it better now? Hello, can we hear me? Is it better? All right, brilliant. Okay, so if it's better now, then that's good. Okay, fantastic. Let's go. Now, you can see on the top left hand side, you have 2023 sales data and 2024 sales data. Okay, now the first thing we need to do is to combine it to one. We need to make them one data before we take it to where the AI would work on it. Okay, we need to combine them to form one data. And how do you do that? You just click. I'll just click until it combines. Power BI can do that for me. How? So I want to go here. Can you see this? It says append queries, append queries, append queries. Okay, append means I want one of the data sets to be a continuation of the other one so that they form one. Okay, append this query to another query. Okay, you can see append queries mean at the end of the first data set, can you help me join the second one? So it just continues as if they are one. Not making sense, guys. Imagine the right noisemaker. You remember when you're in primary school, the right noisemaker in class A, then the right noisemaker in class B. So imagine we want to call all the noisemakers together. All of them will now join inside one list. That's what we call append. Okay, now I'm just going to tell Power Query Editor to do the same. Okay, but not just append queries. I'll click on the drop down beside it and say append queries as new. So I want you to join the two data sets and make it a new separate table from these two. Are you with me, guys? All right, so join them. Henry, if you want to know about merge queries, register for our program. You'll learn what merge query is. Okay, register for our data analytics program. You can't learn everything in one session like this. Okay, let's take it slow. All right, so you want to know what merge query does. You're worried, why did I not use merge queries, right? Don't worry, join one of our sessions. You know what merge query does. So append query is we want to join them together. Okay, it's another way of merging, right? So append queries as new, and it will tell me, okay, it will tell me how many tables do you want to join? Oh, I want to join 2 tables, right? At least you must join 2 tables. Okay, you have 3 or more tables. We'll go, that's for another time, not today. So you can see it has picked the first table. So I want the first table to be 2023 and the second table to be 2024. Once I've selected the 2 tables, I click on, guess what I'll click on? Cancel or OK? Okay, fantastic. I click on OK. And once I click on OK, you can see it forms a third table called append 1. Append 1. Append 1. Now, the one who is asking for merge, Merge and append practically does very similar things, but the code under, the code that is doing the joining under is what is majorly different. Okay, so and they have different applications. When you get deep into data analytics, then you um you 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 cover all of those aspects. But guess what? What we are doing is still advanced. Okay, so stay with me. Now, this append one, I'm going to rename it. Let me rename it to sales data. Okay, so I double clicked on it to rename, nothing too technical there. Sales data, and this is a new data set. So I don't, now I am done. I want to load it to the dining area where I can serve it. We're almost done here. We're almost done here. If I was not explaining this thing to you guys, I would have been done. I would have gone to sleep since. Okay, but let's go ahead now, guys. The sales data is the data set I want to work with because that joins the two data sets on top. Now, but I don't want to take it to the dine. I don't need, you see this 2023 and 2024 data. Since I already have both of them combined as sales data, I don't need to take both of them to the dining area to serve. Doesn't that make sense? I am done in Power Query. I want to go back to Power BI proper, which is the dining area where I serve stuff. But I don't want to take 2023 and 2024 data with me. So what I need to do is I will tell Power Query Editor not to load those two data sets. Don't load it. How would I do that? I'll right click on the first one, and you see this enable load. Can you see enable load? You see enable load here, it is currently ticked. I'll uncheck it. I'll just click on it. And if I right click on it now again, you can see enable load is no longer ticked. Okay. My screen has not gone blank, Abraham. Guys, if you can see my screen, please let Abraham know that you can see my screen, please. Okay, let Abraham know that you can see my screen in the chat so that Abraham is on the exactly. People can see my screen, so it is your network, not my screen. Okay, now let's move on. We'll do the same for the second data set. I'll right click. Okay, I'll right click. All right, I'll right click and click on enable load again. So you can see they are now in italics, meaning they would not be loaded when I want to load. Okay, they will not be loaded when I intend to load. And right now, that's exactly what I am going to do. I'm going to load this data. So to load, I'm going to click on this icon that says close and apply on the top left. Close and apply. Close and apply. So that's going to close the door of the kitchen. We are done cooking. We are done cooking. So we'll close the door here and go to the dining area to prepare to start to serve the food. So I'm going to click on close and apply, and I'll just sit back, allow Power BI to do its stuff. So let's just give Power BI some time. Okay, you can see it's loading. Sales data is loading, is evaluating this, but it's not going to load it. Okay, you can see creating connections in model. So let's leave it. So you see what happens afterwards. Okay. See what happens afterwards. All right. So it's sales 2023, 2024. So I want you to look at this right-hand side and watch what happens. This right-hand side here. Just keep your eyes here and watch what happens when this is downloading. You can see it is only loading this one. Okay, you can see it. 99 kilobytes. You can see 2,318 rows loaded. So on the right-hand side, it's only going to show sales data. If I had not deactivated the enable load of those other two, they would have appeared here. Are you with me? You would have seen 2023 and 2024 data. We're not going to use them for anything, so we don't need them here. And that's why I deactivated them from loading. Now, we've gotten to the most interesting part of today's session. Okay, we're going to use AI now in Power BI. All right, now there is a specific visual for that. And before we even go to the visual, let's look at this. Now, under the sales data, I have category, customer ID, customer name, date, profits, quantity, revenue, region, state. So remember, the goal of this analysis is to find out what has driven the increase in our revenue. What is the factor or factors that has driven our revenue? And you can try this if you want. Maybe you currently work in sales, and all of that. Use this recording, work on your company's data, and uncover some wonderful insights on their behalf and watch what happens. Okay, thank me later. So what you want to do is this. This is called the data pane. These are called panes, P-A-N-E, data pane, and this is the visualizations pane. You have the data pane and you have the visualizations pane. Now, visualization is where you have your charts. You can see so many charts are here. Bar charts, column charts, clustered bar, clustered column, stacked bar, stacked column. There are so many charts here. Now, the chart you want to use that is powered by AI is this chart right here called the key influencers. The key influencers. The key influencers visual is driven by AI and would let you know what are the what are the drivers of a specific thing in your data. Okay, what are the specific things that are driving some aspect of interest in your data? So I'm just going to click on that visual, key influencers, and it's going to appear here. So that's the visual. So I'll collapse this filter pane. I don't need it. So let's expand it. Let's expand it. So I'm expanding it. I'll drag it and expand. Okay. So this is how the visual looks like, but there is nothing inside of it. Now, whenever you select a chart in Power BI, you see that in the visualizations pane, you have some things. So look at how it works. Now, you have a box here, analyze, and you have another one, explain by. Eric, my screen is not static, okay? My screen is not static, it's most likely your network. If you can see my mouse moving, type my mouse is moving. Okay, type that my mouse, acknowledge that my mouse is moving on the screen so that yes, it's likely your network. I'm not even doubting it because my screen is functional right here. Okay, so because I'm also monitoring it on my end. All right, so now the three things I want you to work with here is this. You have the analyze box, you have the explain by box, you have the expand by box. Okay, now in the analyze box, we are going to put our area of interest. So we said we want to see what drives revenue, right? So what's our area of interest now? Revenue, correct? What are the factors that affect what? Revenue. So revenue is our focus. So we're going to put revenue in the analyze box. So I'm going to drag revenue from here and drop it inside here. So I'll put my mouse on revenue here and drag and drop. Easy peasy. Easy peasy, as easy as ABC. You know that your homework back then when you were in kindergarten. If you have a kid that's in kindergarten, when they give them ABC, they tell them match, and they'll start drawing lines, dragging the lines up and down. That's what we're doing here now. Beg your pardon. So, what are we going to do? Now, the factors we want to test, and you can see no field in the explain by. So, for the AI to work, we need to put something in the explain by box, which is this box. So, all the things that we suspect may be affecting revenue, we pack all of them and put them here one by one. So, let's start from category. Okay, I'll drag category and put. So how does category affect revenue? You can see it says running analysis. Running analysis. So let's wait for it. So let's see if it brings anything. Boom, it says no influencers found. try adding some more fields into explain by. So it's asking us to add more field into the explain by to see if there's anything that affects revenue. So you can add everything, okay, but I'm going to add some specific things. All right, so I don't need to add customer name. Customer name is irrelevant. Customer ID is irrelevant, okay, because there are so many customers. So what I'm going to do is I'll add quantity and profit, and let's see what happens. So let's add quantity first. Boom. So let's wait for it to run our analysis. So it's running analysis. Fantastic. So it has seen some influencers. I would interpret all of this. It has seen some influencers. Okay. And let me explain what this is. Let me explain what this is. Let me increase it so that you see. So I increased it. I zoomed in so that you can see my screen. Now, the key influencer says that what influences revenue to increase? Is asking what influences revenue to increase. Listen very well. It says when the total quantity, meaning sum of quantity, when the total quantity is more than 9, the average revenue increases by 563.1. You can see putting my mouse on it, it explains everything in a simple sentence. It says when the sum of quantity is more than 9, the average revenue is 563 units higher compared to all other values of the total quantity. This influencer contains 0.69% of the data. Now, this thing that I just read, it may make no sense to you, but don't worry, I'll make it make sense now. So it is saying that when the quantity that a customer buys, can you hear me? When a customer buys more than 9 units of products, or when the company sells more than 9 units of the product to a customer, then revenue increases by an average of 563 units. Now, this could be in dollars, it could be in naira, whatever the case may be. Okay, are you with me, guys? So it means anything more than 9 is likely to affect your revenue positively. Okay, and then it's let me click on this second one now. Let me click on the second one. For the second one, is saying when the total quantity sold is between 5 and 9, it also increases the revenue, but by an average of 325 units. Okay, you can call it dollars, you can call it naira, however you want to call it. Are you with me, guys? So it's increasing revenue by $325. Okay, so this is key influencers. All right, and if you want to look at this particular bar chart here, let me reduce this a bit so that we can see it. Okay, this bar chart just focuses on where that key influencer is. You can see this is the more than 9, and when I click on this, you can see the blue one now is the 5 to 9. So the AI categorized the data in 3 categories: less than 5 in terms of quantity, then between 5 and 9, and then 9 and above. Okay, 9 and above. And it shows by how much above the average line. This is the average line, and you can see that 5 to 9 and more than 9 are the ones that exceeded that average line, and those are the ones that affect the revenue positively. So these two exceeded this average line, and by how much did they affect the revenue line? That is what this is summarizing here. Am I making sense, guys? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? All right. So now we've seen that if we sell more than 9 to a customer, or between 5 and 9 to a customer, it's likely to affect revenue positively. Okay, now how about top segments? Okay, how about top segments? What does top segment mean? Now, what top segment mean is what are the what are the what are the patterns? Remember, we talked about patterns in the data. We want you to, as a data analyst, look for the patterns in the data, right? So you can see two dots here. One is small, but it is up. One is big, but it is small. Okay. Now, if you look at the small one, it says segment one, and this one says segment two. Segment one, segment two. Now, segment one says 1.5K, 1.5K. While segment two says 1.52K. Now, what does it mean? Let's read this. It says, we found two segments and ranked them by average revenue and population size. Select a segment to see more details. Okay. Now, it looks at your data set and it tries to group your data set into several groups. Sometimes it could be 5 groups, sometimes it could be 4, depending on the data you are working with. But here we have 2 groups. Now let's look at the first group. So to look at the details of the first group, let's click on the first dot. Now when I click on the first dot, this is the first dot here. What does it say? It says segment 1. So segment 1 is like a characteristic of something in your data set. Part of your data set that are grouped into one. So what are those parts? He said this category is technology. Okay, the category of this part of your data is where the product is sold is in technology category, and the quantity sold is greater than 5. The quantity sold of technology category is greater than 5. This is the first group. Okay, and it says that this is that group, this segment. Anywhere you see segment, just replace it with group in your head. Okay, so segment 1, that's group 1. You can see the average revenue of this group is 1.5 thousand, 1.5K dollars in average. Okay, and this is about $300 higher than the overall average of the data set. All the data set combined together, the average is 1.24K. Okay, but you see this group where you sold a technology category and you sold greater than 5 of it, the average of that group is 1.5K, and it's about 300 units more than the overall average. Okay, and this donut chart at the bottom shows you how much of the entire data this segment or this group contains. So this group is, you can see how small that group is in the data. Can you see how small the group is? About 6.5% of the entire data fall in this group. Are you with me, guys? So it is saying that if you want something good, you need to do something with this group. Don't know, maybe you need to run more ads on the technology group, or you need to do a promo so people can buy more, something to use this, to capitalize on this, to drive revenue on average. Now let's click on the second segment that say 1.52K. And when I click on 1.52K, you see this is segment 2 now. It said the other segment is when the category is not necessarily technology, but you sold greater than 5. So it means whenever you are selling greater than 5, anything above 5 that you are selling, you are likely increasing your revenue. So are you going to encourage customers to buy 5 and above? So this is whenever you see buy 10, get 1 free, buy 5, get 1 free, there is a data analyst that is doing this with AI, and that could be you. Okay, buy 2, get 1 free. Okay, some people do it without data. Okay, but when you look at organizations that really know what they are doing, they leverage data. Okay, so that promo you are giving, you're not just giving it based on, oh, I feel Oh, I think, no, you're not thinking, you're not feeling. You are working with data. All right. So here in this segment, category is not necessarily technology, but you are still selling above 5. And in this area, okay, in this area, you can see the segment 1.52K. And of course, it is about 281 units above the usual average. And this one comprises 9% of the entire data. 9%. Okay, about 9% of the entire data. Okay, about 9% of the entire data. Okay, and this is when revenue is more likely to be high. So when is revenue more likely to be high? So you can see that we need to focus on category, the technology category especially, and we also need to focus on selling more than 5 at a time. So those are two insights that you need to give your company that look, from what I've seen, our technology category, we should focus on it and ensure we sell more than 5 of it at a time. And it really doesn't matter if it's also not technology, but we need to sell more than 5 at any instance in time, okay, to maximize our revenue. Are we together? Are we together? You can see, did I do any calculation? Did I do mathematics? People will be asking me, oh, do I need to be good at maths to be able to be a data analyst? Did I write any calculation? Did I write any formula? No, I didn't. Okay. What you need is understanding. Okay, you need someone like me, like this, to be able to explain these things to you, so you then know how to use it, and then you can use it. So I'd love to see what you guys come up with in your free time. Okay, but meanwhile, guys, let's talk about how you can become a data analyst. Do you want to know how to become a data analyst? Are you interested in knowing how to actually become a data analyst? And guess what? The data sets I used, everything I've used, you need to have filled the attendance form so that you can get that into your mailbox. Are you interested? Those are the set of people I want to speak to now. Those people who are interested in actually becoming a data analyst. Now, let me tell you a little bit of my story. Um, After perambulating for like 2 years, trying to get into tech, all right, I met my mentor just 2 months before I finally broke into tech. And he told me that, look, if you are an African looking to break into tech, you need to look at this at one of these 3 career paths: data analytics, data science, or business analysis. Today we are going to focus on data analytics. Okay, we're going to focus on data analytics. All right. Now for data analytics, all right, as is the other ones, why should you even join? Why should you pick? That was the question I asked. Why should I go for data analytics or business analysis or data science? And the reason is very simple. Number one is it is easy to learn, especially when you have the right guidance. It is easy to learn when you have the right guidance. Okay, pretty much anybody from any sector at any level, okay, even a stay-at-home mom that can understand what I have done today, all right, you can break into tech by learning one of those skills. It's easy to transition because guess what? The the rate at which the the rate at which the career path is in demand is unbelievable. If we have time, we'll look at it together today. I'll show you what it looks like. 15,000 open roles right now. As we're talking, there are 15,000 open roles in the EMEA that are available. You can work remotely for organizations both in Africa, in Nigeria, and even outside of Africa. Remotely, you don't need to leave your home. You would not need to leave your home to work that job. And it's going to pay you more than any other job you can ever dream of back home here in Nigeria, right? And talking about the pay, they have fantastic salary projections. And in the World Economic Forum Future of Jobs report, it has been projected that between now and the year 2030, and I want you to listen to this very well, between now and the year 2030, the demand for data-related roles, especially data analysts, are going to increase by another 30 to 35%. Meaning that if I say right now there are 15,000 open roles, and at any instance there will be about that number of open roles available, it means that is going to grow by another, let's say, almost 7,000 roles. So you're going to have something like 20 plus thousand open roles at any instance in time if you come here in 2020, in 2030. And the Future of Jobs report is compiled by, thought leaders, captains of industries, world politicians, billionaires, and they come together to discuss these economic topics. Okay, now what's the job of a data analyst exactly? Now we just did the job of a data analyst, but what exactly is the job of a data analyst? And I want you to listen very carefully. A data analyst, I love to call them the storytellers. They tell stories. And if you look at what I just did, okay, what we did together, wasn't I telling a story? I was explaining, this was what happened, this was what happened, this is why it happened. That is your job. Don't listen to any other person. After this, your job as a data analyst is telling stories. Simple. You're a storyteller. Are you with me, guys? You are telling stories. All right? You are telling stories. Now, there are 4 types of analytics. You have descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive analytics. The job of a data analyst hovers around the first 2 types of analytics. Okay, the first 2 types of analytics. The job of a data analyst hovers around the first 2 types of analytics, which is descriptive, telling a story like I just did, and diagnostic. So you are testing, you are checking, just like we did. We did both of them today, both descriptive and diagnostic analytics together today. We did them. All right. So, like I said, if you have any questions, please leave it till the end of the session. I would answer them. All right. I would answer a question. But now you need to focus on what I'm doing. Now, what do you need to learn to become a data analyst? Is it just Power BI? Well, no. Can you get a job with just Power BI? Yes. But recruiters are attracted to people who have these tools as a data analyst in their tool set. Excel, Power BI, SQL, Tableau, Looker Studio, and ChatGPT. Now, the moment you have all of this, you instantly become a top tier tech talent that is on a different pedestal and projects you as a top talent to potential recruiters than somebody who just knows how to use only Excel or only Power BI or only Tableau, and you want to compete to become a data analyst at the top level. Not gonna happen. Okay, not gonna happen. You need to know all of these, including ChatGPT, which is an AI tool that would boost your productivity as a data analyst. Now, this is Esther, okay? Esther and Mary. All right, Esther and Mary. Before we wrap up with this session, I'm gonna allow you to listen to what they had to say. Okay, Esther, she joined one of our programs. Okay, she joined our data analytics program, and currently she works as a monitoring and evaluation analyst at Prower Nigeria. Okay, and she got this after joining our program. Now, you also have Mary here. Mary got an internship role at Soroko Foundation in Ghana with their data analytics team. And she was told that there were over 3,000 applicants for that role. They picked only 2, and she was one of them. And if you listen to Mary, Mary made mention of the CV formats that we gave her. Okay, the CV formats that we gave her. Now, let me not tell stories. All right, let me not tell too much stories. Okay, let me show you. Okay, let me show you. Let us listen to them. All right, let's quickly listen to them so that you can hear from them. And when we get to hear from them, you tell me whether you want to you want more testimonials, or you want to just give me a second. Okay, so let's give it a while. Okay, let's give it a while. All right, and I'll bring you back to the video. Okay, let's give it a while, and then I'll bring you back to the video. All right, so the video is still getting processed. Now you get to hear from them yourselves how impactful it was, what stood out for them, and how they got these roles. Okay, this is also Naomi. So Naomi's case was a little bit funny, and I'll tell you the reason why. She joined our program because there was a threat that she was going to lose her job at her workplace. She worked for a French company, and her line manager told her categorically that as an Anglophone working in a Francophone country, you are never going to reach the top level in terms of management. So even most of her subordinates got promoted and she was being relegated. Guess what? She buried her head in upskilling, and she did that by choosing Nebiat Analytics. It didn't take long. The HR summoned her, and then they told her that, look, we need you to take up this role. They created a department, and then they asked her to head it. And she asked them, can I think about it? They said, no, don't think about it. She said, okay, would there be any training? They said, training? You see what you do on LinkedIn. You would be the one to train others and not the other way around. That was her own story. What did she do? She made that bold choice of choosing Nebiat Analytics to work with. All right. So, and these are some of the posts she made on LinkedIn. You can check these people out on LinkedIn. You can reach out to them, connect with them, okay? Because they are going to be your mentors also. They will tell you how they did it. They'll tell you what stood out for them. You can do the same thing and, get, of course, the same results, okay? So, you can also listen to Naomi herself, okay, here, telling that, telling that story I just said, okay? So when you get the slide, but I'll still love you to listen to Esther once the video is available. But let me just walk you through some of the testimonials. Now, this is Grace. Grace joined one of our programs, okay? Also our data analytics program. Okay, today we're talking about data analytics, and that's why I'm showing you these people. She joined our program, and just so you know, in her testimonial video, she mentioned that she even borrowed from her mom to join the program. Okay, and we got to know after she got the job, right? Her company tried to ignore her in her own case. So when she came back and said, "Oh, I have an offer from another company. I want to leave," and she was working in a very popular bank in Nigeria. If I call the name, you would know. Now, the bank she was working in, they decided to increase her salary just so they can keep her, because they've been seeing what she's been doing on LinkedIn. They've been seeing that she's been upskilling, but they decided to ignore her. Okay, not until she got an offer from the other from Sparkle Nigeria. Now she went back to Sparkle and told them that, look, this is what has happened. Where I currently work, they promoted me, they've increased my salary. Guess what Sparkle did? They increased her offer, changed the offer on the spot. This is somebody they've not worked with yet. They are looking to hire her. They increased her offer on the spot, and boom, it wasn't hard again for her to make a decision. Okay, so and such is what you get. You can listen to Grace share story, also Lebora share story, by clicking this particular button when you get my slides. Okay, Lebora, for her, she posted this particular dashboard, and this is Excel. This you're seeing right here is Excel, Microsoft Excel. If I ask many of you now, do you know how to use Microsoft Excel? You tell me yes. Can you build something like this with Excel? Ask yourself that question. Can you build something like this with Excel? Capital no, I am sure. Okay, she did this under the guidance of one of our experts. She posted it on LinkedIn following our directive, and that's how she got a DM from the potential recruiter, and that was her story. 3 weeks into the program, Lebora Alawale got a job after joining our data analytics program. And there are more. Okay, there are a lot more people. But what were the things these people got apart from just the technical training? They got support, and we call it our Nebiat Analytics extra layered career support. Okay, extra layered career support, and it covers these things. And I want you to listen attentively. Okay, weekly mentorship, CV assessment and job matching, where you get to um, where you get to job match. Okay, you get to job match your CV, tailor it to the job you're applying to so that you can get an interview. Okay, you also have LinkedIn profile revamp. All right, LinkedIn profile revamp you have where you have um you build your personal brand. You saw all of those people that shared their testimonials. You have to build your personal brand like those people if you want to even give yourself a chance. It's not all about learning the skill. You have to put yourself out there so people know you can do these things. You have Upwork profile, and this is where it gets interesting. After the Upwork, you have lifetime interview preparation. You have lifetime access to all your training materials. You have 1 month internship and a lifetime access to recommendation letters. And we newly introduced our lifetime alumni mentorship. So even after the program has ended officially, you still have access to all of these things that I've mentioned. There is no other training program that would put themselves on the line for you like Nebiant Analytics. Okay, and this is something that we do to ensure that even after your program has ended, it's not a case of, oh, you come to learn with Nebiant and they will push you out. Get more people, they learn, push them down. Not like that. We stick with you until you get that job. So the question now is to you: do you want us to work with you? That's the question. Do you want us to work with you? That's the question. Okay, are you ready to take that bold step and give us the opportunity to work with you and give yourself the opportunity to break into tech? That's the real question here that you need to answer. If you've not filled the attendance form, fill it. It's in the chat box. Click on the blue link, fill out the attendance form. You get my recording, you get my slides, and the data set I used in today's session. All right. Now, here's the thing. There are more testimonials. Helene Okai. I was the one who prepared Helene's recommendation letter. She got an email. She got an offer from a company. This was the email as a junior marketing analyst, and then they asked for a letter-headed recommendation letter from a previous employer. And because we allow our students to use Nebiant Analytics as a previous employer, you can come to us anytime. This is a lifetime offer. Anytime, even if your program has ended, and nobody's going to ask you for a dime after your program has ended. If you need any of these things, link, interview prep, internship, lifetime access to recommendation letters, lifetime access to our alumni mentorship, and lifetime access to your training materials. 4 lifetime services, only you. Only you. So it's a case of taking that bold step once again. And it's a 3-month journey, okay, with a 1-month internship, and your classes are going to be mainly on Saturdays. Okay, on Saturdays, you have your classes 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. For 3 hours, you'd have an instructor in class walking you through a real world case study, a real life case study. So it's not a case of, oh, you come to class and you do theory and that's all. No, you're going to work on the project. That dashboard Lebura posted, it was in class they worked on it. She was one of the students that posted on her LinkedIn, and that was what made the difference for her. So imagine she did not post, because some people they will say, "Oh, I don't think I'm right to post yet. Let me finish the program before I post." You are missing out on opportunities. And I tell people a whole lot of times, you are just depriving yourself of opportunities if you don't post your work on LinkedIn. Okay. Now, when you solve real-world projects on Saturdays, on Sunday you will get what we call DID videos. Now, the DID videos are preparatory videos that prepare you ahead of the next class on Saturday. All right, they prepare you ahead of the next class on Saturday, and your job would be to spread them across the week so you can complete them ahead of the next class. Now, during the week, you have evening sessions on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but these are not technical classes. On Tuesdays, you get what we call support sessions. So if you have any issues in what you're learning, you just come to this session, complain, and if it means you sharing your screen so that the facilitator can see the problem you are facing, they will tell you how to share your screen. You share a screen, and they'll help you solve the problem so that you don't carry it over to the next week. Last but not least, Thursday evenings, you have mentorship sessions, and this is where we get to discuss soft skills that you actually need to break into the tech ecosystem. Now, you can see our full course brochure right here. So now I want to speak to only a set of people. And the set of people I want to speak with are people that want to join the next class starting on the 9th of June, especially the first timers. If you've been joining my sessions, and you've not registered up until now, the question is why. Okay, but if this is your first time here, who wants to start? Who wants to start with? Who wants to start with us come June 9th? Okay, there is a special package for people who decide that tonight I decide I'm going to start my journey. I'm going to choose Navient Analytics and to work with me to start my journey. Fantastic. I can see 2 people already. Okay, so now this is how it works. This is how it works. For people who decide tonight, on Saturday I did this. Okay, I wanted to select 10 people that I'm going to give something extra beyond all the things that I've mentioned now. So on Saturday I said for the first 10 people to decide, okay, that those people, I would put them in a session tomorrow evening, and I'll teach you how to set Google Alert so that you won't have to look for jobs online. You don't have to search. That word search for jobs, you will in your life, you will not search for jobs. You set it up, the jobs will come and meet you. And you just apply. Finish. Anywhere the job is, to come and meet you, and you just apply. That's not the only thing I'll teach you tomorrow. I'll also teach you how to create a LinkedIn post without thinking. You will not need to even use your brain. You will not even crack your brain at all to create a LinkedIn post. That session is going to happen tomorrow. That is just from me. It's not from Navient. It is from me. I'll give you that. But today, only 5 people. It's only 5 people I need. Only 5 people from this night session will be joining that session tomorrow. Now, this is how you join. Okay, this is how you join. To join our data analytics program, the program itself is 250,000 naira. Now you can decide to pay in full. You can decide to pay in 2 installments, 125, 125, or you can decide to leverage our 4 installment package. Now, the 4 installment package, this is how it works, and I want you to listen carefully. 30,000 naira secures you a seat. And if you secure that seat with 30,000 naira tonight, you automatically become part of the people who will be in that session tomorrow evening. 8 p.m. tomorrow, and the session will be recorded, so that in case, and it will be exclusively available to only people who secure their slots with 30,000 naira tonight. Now, if you want to start June 9th, after securing your spot, if you want to start in June, You then top up with 55,000 naira before the class starts, and then you're eligible to start. Okay, if you want to start in July after securing your spot with 30,000 tonight, you secure your spot, you pay 55,000 naira before the July cohort starts. So if you want to start later in July, okay, just to give yourself time. But the key thing is you secure your spot tonight to be part of those people who are working with. Okay, with the extra things tomorrow. Now, how it works is once you then start the class, 1 month into the program, you then top up with 85,000, and that makes a total of 170 that you've paid. And mind you, you are still benefiting from the program. I think Libura had not made her, I think she just made her third installment when she got a job. So she had not even completed the program. She had not even taken the certificate, okay, before she got a job. And then the final installment is 80,000 naira 2 months into the program. In total, 250,000. Again, you can pay in full, you can pay in 2 installments, or you leverage these 4 installments. If you pay 30,000 naira now to secure a seat ahead of class, like I explained earlier, you get a seat. This is the account details in front of you. Sterling Bank account, Nebiant Analytics 00989999047. You do that, you send me a DM 0703-215-8619, and I'll tell you what next to do. Okay? If you don't secure your spot tonight, forget about my tomorrow extra. Just forget about it. Okay? I'm not going to hear, oh, what if I register tomorrow? Okay, would I be able to go? You're not. 30,000 naira tonight, gain access to that extra stuff. So now I'm taking questions. Okay, let me start with David. David Adeoye, why is it so costly, sir? Now, knowing the situation of things now, okay? I know the situation of things, and that's why I'm giving you this unique opportunity. Okay, so it's a unique opportunity. I need you to go and look at other training brands that offer what we offer. First off, in Nigeria, you will not find. Okay, quote me anywhere. Second is in Africa, you will hardly find. And if you find, nobody will collect naira from you. Now tell me, just listening to the fact that nobody will take naira from you for a training program of this kind of value with all the lifetime offerings that we are, do you think it's going to be cheaper paying in dollars? That's the question you need to ask yourself, David. And David, if this is something you really want to do, you shouldn't be talking about, oh, the price, this and that. You should be thinking of how you should benefit from this. Because guess what? If you go to our website right now as I'm speaking with you, the price on our website is 350,000 naira, no installment. We are looking to update our price to 350,000 naira so that we can control the demand, because we want to ensure that what we are offering is premium. Okay, so if you don't mind paying 350,000, that's fine, David. But if you want to secure this particular price point, 30,000 naira is what you need. Okay, so your problem now, David, is not 250,000, it is 30,000 naira if you really want to do this. Okay, and you can secure your spot and indicate that you want to start in July or in August to give yourself time. And so that by the time we update our price, you, because you've secured your spot tonight, you get to pay just 250,000 in total still, even if our prices change. Okay. Do you have a physical office here in Nigeria? We operate fully remotely, as just like the jobs you are going to be looking for. Fully remotely, you learn online 100%, and the reason is very simple. It has allowed us to reach so many Africans. We work with Ghanaians in the class. We work with people who are in France. We work with other Nigerians who are far away from you. This has also allowed us to bring the best experts to work with you in class. Okay, so we have experts from around Africa who will be working with you in class. We are not limited to just Lagos or just Abuja. We are not limited to experts in a local area. Okay, we are spread across. So, and this is in a bid of getting the best to you without having to worry about logistics. Okay, so that is that about. I hope that answers your question. All right. And I hope you have sent me a DM because some people have sent me DMs. Okay, people have sent me DMs. So we um so we give me a second. So some people have sent me DMs already. Okay, and I'm trying to respond. All right. So after paying 30K, what next? I've explained, Steven, already, except if you lost connection. Okay, if you want to start to June 9th, if you pay 30K now, before June 9th, you pay 55K to join the class. Okay, if you want to join in July, before the July class starts, you pay 55K. If you want to join in August, before August, you pay 55K to join the class. It's as simple as that. But the key thing is you secure your spot with 30K. And with that 30K, if you do that tonight, you also get to be part of those people who get the extra that I promised earlier. So that's what's going to happen next. So if you secure your spot tonight, Steven, just send me a DM on this line here, 0703 215 8619. This particular line on your screen, 0703 215 8619. Let me type it in the chat, 0703 215 8619. Please, no phone calls. Okay, no phone calls. Just a DM, 0703 215 8619. I am not working. Oh, David, you're not working. If I have someone to loan me, I will pay back with interest. Or never should take me as an apprentice or work with them. No, that does not work, unfortunately. All right, David. And we want to work with people that really, really want this, okay, because they have a different drive. Okay, and that's what has contributed to our success rate here at Naviant. All right. So what you need to do is find a way to do this. If this were to be your school fee, you would find a way to do it. So David, that's what I think you need to do right now. All right. Who else has a question? So let me pick the hands now. I think I have some hands up. Kevin Divine. Um, Go ahead and ask your question. Okay. So Kevin's hand went down. So Isiaka Sulaiman, you can go ahead and ask your question. Oh, okay. Microphone is not. Oh, sorry about that. Kevin, you can unmute now. Let's have Kevin first.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Okay, so
It's a pleasure.
I wanted to ask some questions for somebody who works, and sometimes I work on Saturday. So if I
Mhm.
want to do this program, how am I going to do it? Since the main course
The
is
main
on
class is on
Saturday.
Saturday. All right.
Yes.
So the good thing is that all your classes will also be recorded as you are attending to be recorded, just as this session is recorded. So what we'll do is we'll give you exclusive lifetime access to the recording so that even if it's not just for the purpose of, oh, in case you miss class or something, later on, okay, later on, if you want to go back to the classes and review the classes and work on the project that you have done, you can do that anytime. So we currently have a young lady in one of our programs, even the data analytics program also. She she actually attends service on Saturdays, and she has what she does is after the class in time, because she's not available during that time, she watches the recording and then she asks questions and the facilitators help her. Okay, so that's how it has been working for her. She's getting value, okay, immense value from the class. So how does that sound to you, Kevin?
Okay, that's fine. Then secondly, that the entire what are the total coverage. What and what is someone to learn for the cost, total cost we are paying? If it's costing this high, 250K, what and what is the person going to learn?
Okay. Probably you joined late, right? Did you join the session at the beginning?
Yes, I joined the session.
Okay. So because the question you're asking now, I've already covered it, but I'll just go back. Okay. Now for the data analytics program, these are the tools you learn: Excel, Power BI, SQL, Tableau, Looker Studio, and ChatGPT. On top of all of these, you'd also get access to our extra layered employability support. You get weekly mentorship, you get CV assessment and job matching, you get LinkedIn profile revamp, you get Upwork profile, plus a lifetime interview preparation. Nobody's going to give you this. I can beat my chest and tell you for a fact. Lifetime access to all your training materials, 1 month internship, and a lifetime access to recommendation letter, and our newly introduced lifetime alumni mentorship. So the question is, do you want to work with us? That's the real question right now.
I'm I'm
Do you want
really
to work?
interested in I'm really interested in working with, you know, that the cost is a bit high on the high side, but
Okay.
we'll see how we go about it. The cost is really high. So
Okay. I'm not going to argue with you that, oh, the cost is high or the cost is low. But whatever you think it is, Kevin, do you think that's a genuine reason not for us to work with you?
I will try my best. The 1 month internship, so what does it entail?
Kevin, are you sure the cost is high? Because this question you're asking me, I don't think the cost is high for you. Do you agree with me?
The thing is that done I've done some data analysis package. I've done
Mhm,
Excel. I've
mhm,
done it, this data. It's been like it's a long time. So
mhm.
because I was working, so I wasn't really fully partaking in the this thing because of
Training.
the nature of my work. So
Mhm.
I just wanted to redo to have a full guide. But when I did that, the former one, it wasn't like very expensive. So it was like we paid
Okay.
about either 25K or something for three
There are
package.
even
Then
there are even others that are free. There are plenty that are free. They will teach you for free. They will not collect anything from you.
so I will really
Oh,
learned a lot. Even the chat you that kind of chat you post, you said somebody
okay.
posted it. They even taught us, and I have access to all those things. So, but
Okay.
I wanted to do a holistic data thing. So let me know what this data analysis is all. You have a full grasp of it. That's why I wanted to redo the program. So when I saw it, I said it's an opportunity to redo the program, but
Mhm.
it's really, really high. That's why I'm saying.
Fantastic. Fantastic. The reason it is really, really high, let me use your words. The reason it is really, really high is because after you register for this, unlike the one you registered for before, you will not need to register for any other program again. I'll beat my chest to that. Okay? You won't need to register for any other program again. And if you look at the value you get, it is more than any other training program. Okay, you can argue that, oh, you paid 25K somewhere. If you got value from there, you will not be here asking me for what you'll be getting. Do you get my point? But let me tell you what the internship has to give you. Now, the 1 month internship program is designed to test your skills. So when somebody's trying to learn how to ride a bicycle, okay, you start with training wheels, the two wheels on the side. So to get to a time, you remove the left one. To get to a time, remove the right one. So the internship is such that the training wheels will be taken away and you would be the one putting your skills to the test. Okay, because data analytics is not rocket science. Okay, pretty much anybody can do it. So we'll give you the opportunity to work with some of our experts who would act as your line manager on business cases. and you'll be the one acting as the data analyst, right? Giving insights, and you'll get recommendations and feedback to improve yourself. So that's what the internship is like. Okay, so I hope that answers your question in terms of what does the internship entail. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you very much for the explanations.
All right. It's fantastic. So I'll be looking forward to receiving a DM from you so that we can work with you. Okay.
That's for the hosting.
All right. Fantastic. Um, so let us go to the next person. And if you have already made payments and you've sent me a DM, I would respond to you after this session. Okay. So just in case you've sent me a DM and I've not responded, you're wondering, oh, who is this man? I'm still here. That's why I've not responded. Um, who else? So Isiaka Sulaiman, go ahead, please.
Good evening, Mr. Mohammed.
Yeah, good evening.
Most sincerely, I joined the class in the middle of the talk, rather. So, but with the little explanations and your gesture, sincerely, I must tell that the price is fair enough, because I've listened to others. There are a lot of um, this training online that you just stumble upon. So, and I've tried to like compare the prices, and I must tell yours is a little bit better. So, however, I just want to ask, is there a particular system that is required for someone to learn this skill? Because ordinarily I have a Pentium laptop, and but I think is the old version. I'm not that conversant with laptops, rather, because mine is just to use it to type, and that's
Yeah.
all. So I wouldn't know what kind of system you can recommend, or uh, I can have access to. I don't need to get another system. I can still make use of the one I'm using. So that's what I want to be sure of first.
Okay.
Because you made mention of Power BI, Excels, and
Yeah.
the like. Is there a particular version of Excel that one needs to use for this course?
Okay. Very, very good question. So let me start with the laptop itself. So
Okay.
now the pension could work, but it could be a little bit slow, especially for packages like Power BI. Not that it
Okay.
won't work, but it may give you a slow experience, which may be a little bit frustrating. Um, Especially when you're trying to catch up and the likes. So what I would advise is even if you can't own let's say like a Core i3 laptop, you don't need something, you really don't need something high end. Okay, a Core
Okay.
i3, you can get it for especially used in the used market. You have a lot of good used vendors, and they are all over the place. So you can get at least a Core i3 8 gig RAM. That would work perfectly for anything
Yeah.
you want to do on the program and even after you've gotten a job. So that's what I would advise. So maybe if you have somebody that has, I don't know if you have anybody also who makes use of a laptop that you have access to, you can actually consider that. What do you think?
Because actually that's my major challenge now. If it's not because I don't mind paying for the course even at a whole, but my consideration has to do with the tools I'm going to use. The
Yeah.
system, I'm not sure whether this can be useful, just like you mentioned. So there will be a need for me to get another system, which may be a little bit costly. I don't know if you get my point. So either way, it's still going to affect my payments. So perhaps I may opt for the installment package actually. But
Yeah.
I just want to be sure, like, can you give me a rough estimate of how much the system can cost? As in,
It varies. So no, I don't specialize in selling, but it
okay,
varies. That's for sure. Um, And also, I don't recommend a specific vendor. The
Okay.
only, if you want me to recommend, I'll recommend go for it. Okay, but guess what? There are fantastic, vendors around. I don't know. Are you in Lagos? Where are you currently?
I'm in Epe. Yes, Epe, Lagos.
Okay, fantastic. So there are a lot of. If you go to Computer Village, there are a lot of very good vendors that you can find there. You can get a used laptop that is very close to new, as good as new. So if you're looking to cut down on, the new ones, because the new ones are a lot pricier.
Very well.
Than the used. Okay, get a used one from a trusted vendor, and you're good. You're good to go.
Okay.
Okay.
My second question is, well, I'm not that good in mathematics, so to say, and with this data analysis, I think it involves some kind of statistics a little bit. So I wouldn't know if it's something that it can someone as simple as me can learn, because I used to run away from calculations. You understand? So
Yeah.
because I had a mentor class with someone who even suggested maybe I should opt for project management, but when he talked about project management, I can see that one still needs to a little bit knowledge of data analytics, and other digital skills. So I wouldn't know which one you are going to suggest for me between project management, or I should still opt for data analyst.
Okay, very good question. So before you join the session, I remember. I remember you said you joined maybe like halfway into the session.
Yes.
So probably before you joined, that was when I mentioned it in this session. Those who were there would be able to confirm. I mentioned that you don't, in the session we did, what I did today using AI, I didn't write any calculation.
Okay.
And that's the new reality that we are moving into right now.
Okay.
We're using AI for analysis. So do you need to be good at mathematics? No, you don't. All you need to be good at is understanding the case study. Okay, understanding the case study. Let's say, for example, let's say I sell what now? What do I sell? Let's say I sell cars. Okay, I sell cars, maybe the same type of cars, just different units. And let's say the car costs, let's assume we're in 2007, when cars used to cost 500,000 naira. So let's assume that one of the car cost 500,000, and somebody comes and wants to buy 10 units of the car. How much would the person spend? How much is the person going to spend? One car costs 500,000. The person wants to buy 10. If you are the one selling the car, will it be hard for you? Will you say, oh, this is mathematics, it's too hard, I don't want to go into selling this?
Of course not, because
Exactly.
it involves money.
Exactly. So the companies you are working for, companies are out to, they want to make profits, right? So you as a data analyst, there's no how you will not be involved in driving revenue for the company. So instead of worrying about the mathematics, what you need to worry about is understanding the problem you want to solve. Worry less about mathematics. AI will take care of anything calculation you want to do. Okay, and even the calculation itself, the tools will do the calculation for you, not you. Doing any tedious calculation like that. Okay, so it is more of understanding the business case and solving the problem that you're going to be worried about. You don't need mathematics. You're not going to be doing statistics under data analytics. Okay, so that is what it is. Somebody asked me the same question. I think that was on Saturday, and I told the person that as much as you can count money, all right, you won't have any problem with this. The level of the experts you're working with understand that these are people who are not inclined in mathematics. These are people who are some people don't even have any tech background. Some people have never done anything tech before. You see this lady. Let me show you this lady that got a job after joining our program. This lady, Esther. Esther is a health professional. She's a health professional. Okay, she's a health professional. That's who she is normally, and she decided to transition into tech, and now she works as a data analyst. And you can see she puts it there proudly that she helps people get into tech without burning out also, because she has seen that this thing is possible. Okay, and with just 78 connections, she has a job already. You can see her portfolio. So if you go and search this name on LinkedIn, you're going to see this page, and you can check her portfolio out, see what she's been able to build, and you see Naviance Analytics there. So we allow our participants to use Naviance Analytics as a personal brand, so that they can come back to us and ask for a recommendation letter when they get a job. So it's a strategic move that we are, that we work with here. Okay, so that's just just to answer your question.
Thank you so much.
Mathematics and the likes. Yeah. So go ahead and secure your spot. Okay, ensure to do it this evening. Don't wait till so at least secure your spot. Okay? There is the reason why you see that we even have the installment package is for people like yourself who need a little bit of space. So at least you can secure your spot and then can buy yourself some time, gather the laptop, and then you start the program. Okay.
All right. So if it may not, it is not necessary if I start the class by June, because I will need to. So, okay, if I pay the 30,000, I can still start by July or so.
Or August. Yes, you have July.
Okay, and I'll still have access to your class tomorrow.
Absolutely. So it's a win-win for you.
All right, no problem. I will do that tonight. Thank you.
All right. Okay, it's a pleasure. I'll be expecting your DM. I hope you have my WhatsApp line noted down already.
Okay. Yes, I've screenshot it.
All right.
Hello, good evening.
Okay. Let me see if you're the next person in line.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I can hear you.
Good evening.
So I have some people before you. Do you want me to take them and then I'll come to you? Is that fine?
No problem. No problem.
All right. So let's have Comfort. Comfort, your hand is up. So let me take a question, please. Okay. I don't think Comfort is responding. So Pascal, you're next. Okay. So Pascal is not responding. So Comfort, is that you?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, please.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. My question is, I don't have an issue with the amount for the class, but my concern is just about the particular days, and I think it falls in every Saturday. That's 4 times a month, right?
Yeah, just typically Saturdays. The program itself is 3 months.
Okay, so my concern is that Saturday only, is it not too short? Like, it's not too small to cover up this whole thing that we are going to learn for the 3 months? That's like, so
All
that's
right.
my concern.
Yeah, very good concern. Okay. And quite a number of people who have gone on to get jobs okay, had the same concern as you. So guess what that means? That question makes you like one of these persons who have gotten jobs already. So now, um, you have other training programs. There, in fact, I can mail a list of training programs that take like 18 months, 12 months, and they do that to lure you into believing that, oh, you're going to learn a lot, okay, in 1 year. And they keep you there, you learn, you learn, you learn. Others are getting jobs, you are still learning. Now, what we focus on is real world case studies. And when you use case studies to learn, you don't need to waste time. Case studies, you know, they mimic what you're going to be doing on the job. So it's not a case of you're going to be learning, you learn for like 6 months, you burn out at some point, you know, you lose track and the likes. So we are focusing on the aspect that really pays off, the aspect that you need. We're not going to waste your time and put you in a loop of learning. I fell victim of that, okay, where I saw myself learning, and when you are in that kind of environment, you don't feel there's no point you feel that you are adequate to actually get a job. So what we do is we focus on the parts that really matter, and you work on projects. So from day one, okay, you start working on projects that prepare you for the job itself. Now, if you looked at the schedule that I presented, your classes are mainly on Saturdays. That's where you focus on the real world project, right? But on Sundays, you get extra preparatory video that prepare you ahead of class. So even if you are not having a class on Sunday, you're getting prepared for your next class. Then on Tuesday, you get to ask questions. So would you rather we just have classes? So Saturday class, Sunday there's a class, Tuesday there is a class, Thursday there's a class, and you are overwhelmed with class, and you yourself, you don't even have space to actually sit down. Oh, what have I learned so far? So we create that space for you so that you get the best experience possible. It's not as if you're going to write an exam after learning this. You're actually going for interviews, real jobs. So you don't need to waste time in learning. Okay, and that's why the program is 3 months. Then you have an extra 1 month to test your skills, and that's how it goes. I hope I answered the question.
Yeah, it does. Thank you very
Right.
much.
Fantastic. It's a pleasure. So I've seen that I've received a couple of DMs. Are you one of those who have sent me a DM already?
Yeah, I
Or
did.
you- Okay, fantastic. So I'm already responding to the ones that I have got. So probably I had already responded to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. So let's go to imaginations. You were trying to speak before, so you can go ahead now. It's your turn.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Please, my problem is not just what we are discussing about, not the price. My
Okay.
concern is about, I came very late. I'm very sorry about that. You
No
understand
problem
Lagos
at all.
now.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we can get this and the summary of everything you discussed, me to in form of PDF or send to the
Okay.
WhatsApp so can we can read. Please, please.
Okay. All right. So
I
okay, this all happened. I would have one of my team member take note of you specifically so they can, share my PDF with you. But what I want you to do is this. I
Okay.
want you to attend my session that I'll be having in the afternoon during break time, during work. I don't know if you currently work. So when do you have your breaks tomorrow?
Tomorrow, what time are you having the lecture?
Let's say I think 2 p.m. Tomorrow 2 p.m. So in that session, I'll just summarize everything for you, and then we can have a discussion.
2
Then
p.m. 2 p.m. I think that will be okay by me. 2 p.
it's okay for
2
you, right?
p.m. No. It's too early. It's too early.
Okay.
It's too early.
So this is what I would suggest. okay, that you do.
All right.
Did you get the attendance form earlier in the session? You didn't
I
you didn't get it.
gave you not quite 7 minutes now.
Oh, okay. So this was gonna happen, right? I've taken your name down. So one of my team members would reach out to. Okay, no, this is what you want to do. Check the community. Do you know how to check for any community admin on WhatsApp?
I don't. I don't. I don't.
Okay.
I,
All right. Okay. So what you do is just send me a DM. Okay. Just send me a DM 0703-215-8619. Or you can just click on the link in the chat box. There's a link in the chat. You see the blue link. You click on it, you're able to fill the attendance. So you just fill the
Okay.
attendance and somebody will reach out to you.
all right. All right.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So let's see. It's a pleasure.
Oh,
Phillips, you're the final person here. So after Phillips, I will likely not be taking questions so that we don't extend the session for too long. Okay, if you have any more questions, you can just reach out. Okay, reach out and we can discuss. All right, or just type your questions in the chat box. After I take Philip, I'll take the chat box questions and we'll call it a night. So Phillips, go ahead, please.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yes. So I've typed my question, but it seems like you don't see the question.
Okay,
The
probably
question,
I missed it.
what if I'm unable to book for a
Book a
seat
seat
tonight,
tonight.
but still starts with the June course? Will I still have access to the extra class you are planning to have tomorrow? And secondly, I'm using it's like old system, but I don't know, maybe it will still a bit okay. I'm using DL latitude E6430. So I think maybe it's still is that still okay? No, that is 8 gig anyways.
Yeah, if it's 8 gig, then it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be fine. Dells are usually very good. Yeah, then regarding the class tomorrow, the criteria will be to secure a seat at least tonight. Okay, so I wouldn't want the class to be crowded. So because I know if I open it up to everybody, okay, so people would definitely want to join the session. But tomorrow's session would be just specifically for people who secure their seat. So if you can find a way to actually secure your seat, since you're already sure that you want to start by June. So I think the discussion should be just find a way to secure that seat tonight. So at least you get into that particular session for tomorrow where I'll be showing people how to do the things that I talked about.
All
Do you
right.
think you can?
Okay, I will try, but if I can't, I know I'm sure I'm joining the June course. No problem.
Cohort. All right.
Okay.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, it's a pleasure. Okay, I think that will be all. I'm not seeing any more questions in the chat. Okay, Comfort, you can just ask a question. I know you spoke before. You can just ask a question. So we'll end it at that. All right. So I don't think anybody's responding now. So I think this is where we'll call it a night. So you can reach out to us via the community. Just send a DM to any of the admins in the WhatsApp community where you got the link to join the session, and you get the response that you seek. Please, will this session recording be sent to us in the group? No, it will not be sent on the group. It will be sent to only those who fill the attendance form. So Abraham, what you want to do is fill out the attendance form so that you can get the session into your email. Okay, so If you have sent me a DM already, I'll be responding to you if I haven't responded yet after the session, so we can have a wonderful discussion there, right? How can get the recording of today's session? Came in late. Fill the attendance form. Nice guy. Okay, fill out the attendance form. It's already in the chat box. So, all right. So that will be all for tonight. I enjoyed myself. I hope you got value for your time as well. If you are still here to this time, I really, really appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you and I appreciate your time. Do have a wonderful night's rest.